What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So I just want to come through really quick and discuss something, that I came across yesterday, and I think it's very important. Listen, the boards of nursing do not care that you're a new grad and you just didn't know. They don't care that you're working for a hospital that's one of the worst in the state and is not going to give you proper training and throw you to the wolves. The hospital doesn't care. They're going to protect themselves at all costs. New grads, it is very important which hospital system you decide to work at. It is very important not to rush and get off orientation because you can quickly lose what you work so hard for. Every quarter, the Board of Nursing puts out their disciplinary decisions. I often go and look to see where nurses need education, where nurses are going wrong, what's going on out there, what hospitals are, serving up the most discipline. Waterbury Hospital is the worst hospital in Connecticut. Two big companies, both Prospect and Yale, were going to absorb them, take over this hospital, rev it up. They both backed out to the point where they didn't even care. They had to pay millions. And now the state, UConn, had to take over this hospital. The government had to make UConn take over this hospital because nobody wants to buy it. But there needs to be a hospital in that area nonetheless. So two nurses got caught up in this one incident that happened last November 5th at Waterbury Hospital. One nurse had just got her license in September, October, November, right? Not even 90 days had been a nurse, right? The other nurse got her license in April of 2023. So she had been a nurse roughly 18, 19 months when this happened. Those are still considered new grads to me. So the 19-month nurse had a patient. They were working on an inpatient hospice unit. She had a patient. She got a new order for morphine to run, at 2 milligrams per hour, 100 milligrams of morphine, run at 2 milligrams per hour, titrated by like 1 milligram every 15 minutes, no more than 10 milligrams per hour. For this titration, this order, I guess you need a second nurse. She calls the second nurse in, who's the 90-day nurse, and ultimately they ended up pumping the machine wrong. They bypassed the checks. I guess it's supposed to stop you if the pump will stop you. The safety check will say, this is too much. Do you want to continue? They overrid it, and they ended up giving the med to the patient. He ended up dying. The nurse who was the witness didn't stay long enough, signed off her name, and when she heard the thing beeping, she didn't go back in there and check. It ultimately wasn't her patient. She just signed off that she watched the girl pump this. So her license got suspended. She cannot practice. The nurse who actually administered it and pumped it and everything, she lost her license. It was revoked. They said that the 90-day nurse, she admitted it. She said, listen, I didn't stay to watch. No, I didn't. I didn't stay to watch, and yes, I signed off on it. They sent her to re-education classes. They said that they decided to revoke her license because even after re-education, she still kind of had no clue why this order didn't make sense and why she was getting too much meds. So they said she was just unsafe to have out there practicing. Let's take a look at it. The record establishes there existed a medical order for patient 1 dated November 5th, 2024 for 100 milligrams of morphine and 100 ml of sodium chloride. Start at 2 milligrams per hour, titrate every 15 minutes by 1 milligram per hour with a maximum dose of 10 milligrams per hour and titrate to comfort. Respondent witnessed the infusion and witnessed the administering nurse bypass alerts that triggered an upper limit of 10 mLs per hour and enter a rate of 100 ml per hour morphine for the patient. Respondent failed to verify the order according to the medical provider's order and instead verified the order according to the rate entered on the IV pump. Additionally, respondent acknowledged that she made errors while serving as a nurse witness. Respondent testified that during patient 1's morphine administration, she failed to confirm the appropriate titration rate and dosage. She also testified that she did not stay to follow through what was going on after she signed off. The record establishes that respondent signed off on the morphine administration for patient 1 at 6:20 and then left. After the respondent left, the IV pump alarmed. Respondent was unable to evaluate the patient after administration of medication. There was no documentation that the patient was reassessed for comfort until another registered nurse conducted an evaluation when shifts changed. Respondent candidly testified regarding her failure to meet the standard of care as a nurse witness. The board acknowledges that since the incident, she has taken several courses to address the deficiencies she exhibited while providing care to patient 1. Despite taking such coursework, however, the board finds respondent continues to exhibit insufficient knowledge and understanding of the requirements to practice safely and competently. Now imagine going through 4 years of nursing school to become an RN and you lose your license in 2 months and you were just witnessing something. I have so many questions. I've already laid the groundwork to say that Waterbury is trash. Why was a nurse even off orientation and allowed to be a witness after 60 days? Well, she got her license at 60 days. I don't know. She could have been brand new. I don't know how long, but that's not enough to truly be confident and to be a prudent nurse, okay? They don't care. Nurses, you have to know how to protect yourself. It's not just about, I know we want to rush out there and just get a job, but you have to start looking at these things. Is this hospital safe? Are they going to give me a good orientation? Why am I not in a nurse residency program? There are so many things, but it goes to show it was long and there was a lot. And I redacted a lot because I'm sure this is traumatizing for both nurses, I'm certain, and we are not putting any identifying information out there. But it really just goes to show Waterbury Hospital reported them quickly to DPH. Quickly. And said they're incompetent when they probably just did not get the training that they needed. You are gonna be incompetent coming straight out of nursing school, working in a hospital. You're a fish out of water. You have not gained your footing yet. That's why new grads, listen to the seasoned nurses. Do not rush your career. Don't rush to be on your own. Oh, I don't want this lady watching over my back. Oh, I don't want him watching on my back. You need that. Start taking control of your careers. How long have you been a nurse? New grads teaching new grads. Hospitals being cheap, not wanting to do what they have to do to retain seasoned nurses. This is what you're going to see more of. And patients are dying because of it. The hospitals are at fault just as much. Let's talk about this, nurse gang. What are your thoughts?